Hello and welcome to the next part of Super Danganronpa Another 2. We are doing free time events, which we missed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think for Kokoro we only did the first one or something.
Yeah. And I think we did all of Iroha's, all of the twins.
With the twins I'm not sure.
I think we did finish the twins. Because we got both of their trial skills. And that requires you having to finish them out. And I know we finished Setsuka.
Yeah.
90. Yeah, we did finish Setsuka.
We definitely finished Setsuka, yeah. And Shobai.
And then Mikado only has one, and yeah, we finished. So we actually don't have that many to go through. Not the whole cast. The chunk of them. Yeah, I'm fairly certain we did at least the first of Kokoro's. Let's see.
I mean, it has been a while. I don't mind going through it again.
That's fine.
Do you have some business with me?
And time with Coco's.
Wee.
It's Coco's time.
Kokoro. Kokoro?
What is it?
Nothing, it's just that you were spacing out and I was curious what you were doing.
I was thinking of ways to escape this island.
I see.
So, why were you looking for me? Because I knew right away that you didn't happen to pass by me and strike up a conversation.
Wow, you're amazing, as expected. That's right, I was looking for you, Kokoro.
For what reason?
I wanted to play with you, Kokoro.
If you have time to play with me, how about spending more energy investigating? Me.
You did not like it.
If there's nothing else, sorry, but can you go somewhere else? Ouchie. Because if I'm not alone, I can't gather my thoughts well.
Okay. For some reason, I get the feeling that Kokoro is avoiding me. Although I did want to talk to her, she feels pretty distant.
That's just Kokoro for you.
It literally is just how she be.
He went back to a room. Wow.
Kokoro?
Lightning speed text box. Why?
I want to talk to you about something. Are you free right now?
If it's not urgent, then can we save it for later? I have something that I want to think about right now, so ask personal questions later.
It's important. I really need to ask you something.
Fine. Please be done as fast as possible. What's your question? Antenna.
Yeah, it's really funny. So, do you want to know what her ship emoji is?
Ship emoji? An alien? Glasses?
No. So, for pairings, a lot of the times with DR fan games, or just DR in general, they'll use emojis to do the characters, so that, other fans from different regions can know what it is without having to immediately translate what your post says. Her emoji is an ant.
Cute.
Yeah. It's really funny. Can I touch your antenna? Oh girl, your hairstyle, it's really unique. Oh, it's been on my mind. Love how that is your important question, Sora.
Yeah.
She is not having it.
Nope.
I'm sorry. I got hesitant now that I actually got the chance. She's not. She's not having it. Kokoro, by any chance, do you hate me? girl, you're just going about it the wrong way, if I'm honest.
Yeah, you're not really winning points here. Why do you think that way?
It just seems like you're avoiding me. It also seems like you don't want to talk to me.
I just like being alone.
Me! That's me. But from the first time we met, I always felt like you were being distant from me. It might just be my imagination, but...
Can I be honest? Sure. Yes, that's right. I'm intentionally avoiding you. Oha.
At least she's fucking saying it. So that's it. That's too bad.
No, don't misunderstand. I don't hate you. You seem nice as a human.
Oh my.
It's just that it's hard to talk to people whom I can't read.
Basically, she can't read any of Sora's thoughts or opinions, and it freaks her out, so she doesn't know how to deal with her.
Huh.
Yeah.
Is it because...
I mean, we already know why. Because Sora is an AI algorithm.
Yeah.
And not a person.
Hmm.
She's not even an AE based off of another person. She's just an algorithm, so that's why. But you wouldn't know that when playing through.
Even though I'm not very sociable in the beginning. Anyway, it's my instinct to get defensive when I approach a person whom I can't read.
I hate how relatable that is to me, specifically. I get unsettled when I can't read someone. Just because I don't really understand social etiquette or how to be social. So I kind of literally carry myself by being able to read the other person to start until I get used to them. So, like, I understand this here.
I think I'm the opposite. I feel more comfortable with people I can't read because out of experience, those are the ones who are the chillest. Those are... Yeah, I mean, you know, the typical programmer? People who have, like, the absolute bitch face, have very weird humor, and, like, are very sarcastic. So, at first, you're like, what do they mean? Are they actually thinking that? Are they not? What, are they happy? Do they like me? You can't read them at all.
See, that's different. I'm fine with those, but I'm talking specifically about intentions. If I cannot read your intentions, I get upset.
Intentions are a different thing, I see, yeah. I mean...
Yeah, I'm talking specifically about, like, the person's intent towards me.
I mean,
if I cannot read your intent, then I am unsettled.
I mean, if an extrovert suddenly approaches me without obvious reason, then I'm on guard too, yeah.
Yeah, see, you understand what I'm talking about now. I could not explain what I was talking about quite as well as I would have liked. But you explaining that was like, oh, I should probably explain it this way and it will make more sense.
Yeah. Because unreadable people are people who, like, don't emote much to me.
Yeah, I am one of those. Haha, I don't emote. Like, people who hang out with me in person, like, I am the type of person who avoids the people who will bug me all the time of like, why don't you smile, Yen? And I'm like, I don't emote. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Is my reaction to that. Oh, hell.
Alrighty. For instance, Shobai Hashimoto, he either intentionally hides his mind or deceives his own mind.
He's got a good poker face, is your point.
When I'm around these types of people, I don't feel well and tend to feel on edge.
I see. But why me? I don't even know.
Sora, your mind is empty.
Empty?
Yes, I'm not avoiding you because I can't read your mind. It's pretty easy to read your mind. The problem is your mind is not filled with anything.
So she doesn't know what to do with that.
Yeah. Sora, you said you have memory loss, right? That's probably it. The reason why your mind is empty. Well, technically that shouldn't be the case.
Memory loss?
A person's mind is continuously filled with his or her experiences in the surrounding environment throughout life. When I read another person's mind, I can visualize its contents in the background. If I read the minds of two different people feeling happy for the same event, they will feel different despite the two people having the same emotion. It will be a small difference, but the different contents of their minds produce a perceptible distinction even under the same emotion. Makes sense. A felt mind is like a fingerprint to me. It is my best method to differentiate between people. But Sora, your mind is empty like a void, complete darkness, with nothing to be found inside. You're kinda insulting her.
Kokoro does not like staring into the void, and it's staring back at her. I see. That's why you tried to avoid me, because my empty mind, it irritated you?
No, that is not the case. I cannot see Shobai Hashimoto's mind, and I can't see an empty mind from you. Both occurrences are quite different from the typical case.
She's fascinated.
However, I'm not avoiding you because I am irritated, Sora.
Then why?
Sora, it's getting late now. Let us talk at another time. If you won't mind, I would like to listen to more. I would like you to listen to more of my story.
Oh, really? Sure, I won't mind. But why? Weren't you avoiding me?
I changed my mind while engaging in this conversation. Also, I told you earlier, I do not dislike you.
Ah, that's a relief.
Then, let's talk next time. When we do, I will tell you why I was avoiding you. Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
She'd be like that.
Wow. Chocobos.
We
Spend the time with the Cocos. Do not give the Cocos any gift. Kokoro.
Sora, you must have come to hear my stories.
Of course, you know right away.
Good, then let's continue where we left off. Where should I start the story? How about the condition I'm affected by?
Condition?
Ever since I was born, I had a congenital disorder. It's called alexithymia. It's a condition where you can't recognize or understand emotions. Both my emotions, of course, and others' emotions.
Really? But can't you read other people's emotions like you're reading mine's? That's...
Overcompensating by research?
yeah.
I'll start explaining. When I started elementary school, my teacher at the time noticed I couldn't express my emotions and told my parents to take me to a mental hospital to get a consultation as advice. That's how my condition was discovered. Although I was in a state where I couldn't feel any emotions, there was exactly one emotion that I could definitely feel. Annoyance? Curiosity?
Curiosity?
That's the answer. The emotions I could uniquely feel was a curiosity about something. While I couldn't understand feelings like I'm happy or I'm sad, I could understand I want to know. It was an incredibly unusual case, since normal alexithymia patients lack the mechanisms to feel emotions itself. Feeling only one certain emotion is actually impossible. It was a mysterious situation, but it allowed my condition to be treated with a very different method.
Different method?
While this condition is normally treated through psychotherapy, it is very difficult. I didn't receive psychotherapy. Instead, I started building up knowledge about emotions.
Ah, no wonder you, turned out a certain way.
Yeah. I was powerfully curious about what this emotion was that everyone else had. But only I lacked. From that day on, I put everything aside and started studying human emotion. Having this condition prevents someone from feeling emotions, but it doesn't stop the physical responses from emotions from happening. So, like shaking? Ah. For example, the physical change of a faster heart rate from the emotions of happiness can be felt just the same in patients with alexithymia.
It's probably like heart rate, your like tears, but not actually like tears falling, but not actually like full sobbing. So like stone faced while crying, which I experience with that, but that's because I dissociate. So
Still a bit hard to understand in that case, though your heart rate and that's easy.
Yeah, that's that organ functions because your brain functions.
I mean, your heart rate can go up and you don't know why.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same with others' emotions. If they see someone else get angry, I can recognize the physiological response. But I can't understand that as the emotion of anger. I, who cannot naturally recognize emotions from physical changes like others, started judging the emotions of humans through various data. For example, by observing someone else when something happens, I can extract data, like their specific expressions, heart rate, and behavior. You can find out someone's heart rate by staring at them.
Maybe like that.
And ask what emotion that person is feeling right now by putting together the emotion that the extracted data applies to. I also record the situation the emotion is felt in alongside the physical data, since I think that the instance of the situation is also important. And the result of gathering data this way and combining it with data from books and videos is that I'm able to judge the emotions of other people. So now I can deal with emotions with an objective eye better than anyone else. I still can't precisely understand what emotion is. That's true even now. But through data I can observe and recognize emotion.
You said other people's emotions, then...
You're asking if I can recognize my own emotions. In the end, it's possible. Though, like with others' emotions, I have to depend on data to objectively judge my own emotions as well. By using the physical changes I feel and the current situation to pull data from the past and similar situations, I can judge what emotion I'm feeling right now and display the appropriate expression and actions. Strictly speaking, my condition isn't fully cured, since I still can't understand what emotions are. But from the point of being able to correctly display emotion, even if it's not much, the condition's most defining characteristic has disappeared. And even after I could recognize and display emotions, My curiosity of emotions hasn't disappeared. Since I don't want to stop at recognition and want to understand what emotion itself is. And because of the vast data I collected on my own and my ability to see emotions objectively, I suddenly became a famous psychologist. Things happen sometimes.
I couldn't have even imagined that. Now that I think about it, there was something you told me last time, that seeing the filled minds of people as background isn't it not as simple as seeing it through data?
Good question. Judging emotions based on data is quite an old story. Right now, I only use data to grasp at my own emotions. At some point, I didn't need data for other people's emotions. After some time, I started directly peeking into minds. At first, I was doubtful of my eyes, but after I saw a person's distinctive mind, emotions flowed into my head. I guess I could say that I mastered that field, as the process of basing judgments on data was reaching its peak. I ended up skipping the process of judging altogether, and seeing emotions directly. As if it was meant to be that way.
How fascinating.
A bit hard still to imagine, but... It's quite ironic. I, who's drier than anyone else and can't understand emotions, became a person who can notice others' emotions better than anyone else.
I see. Kokoro, what's going on? You're staring at my face with an intense gaze.
Sora, I think you're an experiment right now.
I think she's gradually going to become obsessed with you, and you are going to become an experiment for her, yes.
Sorry, Sora, I can't hold my impulses for much longer.
Knew it.
While the story's not over, would be best to continue next time.
Kokoro? Kokoro disappeared from my sight in a quick pace. Kokoro's story was surprising, but... what could that be, that impulse that Kokoro mentioned at the end? So you want to know a fun fact from Lanuz's Q&A? Kokoro describes her ideal type as, basically Sora. Basically someone she could study that has primitive emotions. Yeah, so basically, like, you have access to the Q&A now, but, like, basically, she describes her ideal type to be Sora. But, like, in a sort of twisted toxic Yuri way, if that makes sense.
Emma has competition, I see.
Yes, she sure does.
Sora?
Kokoro.
I'm sorry for stopping our story so suddenly last time.
No, it's not relevant, as long as the story continues.
Okay, so if now is a good time, I'll continue the story. Your most basic question, the reason I avoid you, Sora. It's connected to the reason I couldn't hold it in and left in the middle of the story last time.
And now she's about to go into what I was just talking about. What do you mean?
Sora, when I see you, I get wrapped up in crazy curiosity.
She becomes obsessed.
Yeah. I'm so captivated by an impulse to study you that I feel like I will lose my sanity.
Hyperfixation? Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. You want to study me.
The emotion I could uniquely feel when I was young, curiosity. Maybe it's because I couldn't feel any other emotion, My curiosity was 100 times stronger than others. The moment I felt curiosity towards this emotion I couldn't understand, I was consumed by the monster that was this curiosity. For me, looking into people's emotions and studying them is a strong desire, comparable to the desire for food or sleep. Well, Sora, you have someone desiring you. How nice.
Oh dear. Not in the way of which she wants, but okay.
Sora, your mind is literally the massive emptiness itself because of the amnesia. You've only gained faintly twinkling fragments after arriving on this island. But you are a very unusual case I've never met until now. Even people who suffer amnesia, the mind is never in an empty state. That's true for people who forget their name, of course. But also for people who even forget all common sense. I've met such people myself, and while the mind was cloudy, it was never dark. It was only ever the case that there was an error in memory retrieval. And the memories never actually disappeared.
But for me...
That's right. It feels as if the memory of your existence itself was deleted, Sora. Man, we sure have foreshadowing here.
Yeah, you get a lot of foreshadowing with Kokoro's events.
A feeling like your mind was completely emptied. As if you erased your mind by yourself through an intense will.
Kane reference.
From the moment my curiosity intensely rose when I was young, I had an ultimate goal. To research what the basic emotion is. The very first emotion, pure, devoid of the influence of the surrounding environment. The essence of emotion. To grasp that, to make that unidentifiable emotion with myself, my own hands. I think of this as the one project I live to devote my life to. But I couldn't even start since I couldn't find an appropriate method. So we could have avoided the Mikako situation if a Sora existed before.
Yeah, but Sora would not have existed without the Mikako thing happening.
Yeah, that's also true.
Because Mikako ended up in Hope's Peak with Utsuro.
Yep.
The Akane would not have almost died if the Utsuro situation did not happen. Therefore, chicken and egg situation, my friends. The chicken and egg situation.
To tell the truth, I plotted several methods, but they were all either realistically impossible or ethically off. Yeah, and we see you went with ethically off.
That didn't seem to stop you.
But when I came to this island, I found something that let me take the first step of my dream.
Is that me by chance?
Yes, it's you, Sora.
So blunt.
You possess a tangible kind of mind that I have never met once in all of my studies up until now. A completely dark mind. To repeat it, the emotions that you are feeling at every moment right now, Sora.
See what I meant by obsessed?
Yeah. They could be the basic emotion I'm pursuing. Now I kinda want an alternative Super Danganronpa Another 2 where Kokoro is like the main antagonist.
I think a lot of people put her there anyway because she is arguably one of the most fucked up on cast aside from Kanade. Because if you look into everything that she did, and then the fact that she basically encouraged A.E. Sonoji to do what he did, that shit probably would not have readily happened as much if not for her involvement. She was the reason A.E. Sonoji was made. Like, basically, she took a clone of IRL's brain, okay? She cloned Kato's brain, like his brain mapping. And then she coded him from scratch, based off of, like, part of his personality, and then part of the Fanuc shit they already had ready for, like, the Utsuro clone, because originally AE was supposed to end up being an Utsuro clone, but that logic is fundamentally flawed and didn't happen. Because AE Sonoji was like, well, this shit's not gonna work. I don't know what the two of you were thinking. So he was like, well, I gotta kill my original here and then take over the bit myself because I know what I'm doing. These two idiots don't. And then when AE got IRL killed, Kokoro was like, fuck yeah, I'm going along with this. I want to see everything you do. I want to be there the whole fucking time. Show me. And then he didn't tell her that he was going to erase her happen or that she would likely die in the game to make it happen. But, you know.
I mean more like a Komaeda situation. Not like behind the scenes. That's boring.
I would have liked it if she was more front and center. Like, if we found out her bullshit earlier, I think it would have been more interesting.
We could have had Toxic Yuri antagonist.
Could have, yeah. I do like Sonoji, but I think it would have been nicer that, like, Kokoro's influence of everything that fucking went wrong here was, like, more front and center instead of in the background lore. Because a lot of her involvement, and she is majorly involved in these events, is all in background lore and writing, and it's like, Laneige, you managed to write a very well evil woman for Kanade. Like, she's well written, she makes my stomach twist, but she's well written, I can't deny that. Why didn't you do the same for her? She is a well written evil woman. Why didn't you put her front and center? That could have been really interesting. Instead, you layered it in the back lore. Why?
Yeah. I want my evil Danganronpa antagonistic Yuri. I want it. Please. I want what Komaeda is, but in Yuri. Please.
That is such a mood. I'm sure eventually someone will write Toxic Yuri Fanganronpas.
I mean, the
I don't know
close...
enough of...
I
don't know enough about all the fangans out that, like, to know if this shit's there.
I mean, until now, the closest thing we had to it was, like, the after. But, of course, Chapter 1 solved it.
Yeah, there's toxic potential in Chapter 2, actually. Ha just got done telling me about all of it.
Between the girlies?
Between a different girly and main girly, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it when that finally gets a translation. Anyway, let's finish Kokoro's events. I've kind of derailed, sorry.
But I can't study your emotions right now. I have neither the materials I've gathered until now, nor my research equipment with me. I can produce more data through direct Q&A with you. That only scratches the surface of my research. There's no way for me to start research in earnest. Not to mention that escaping this island should be our #1 priority. Do you understand why I avoid you now? Pie in the sky.
Is it a pie in the sky feeling?
Yes, that's exactly it. That the perfect test subject I've been looking for my whole life is right in front of me. But I can't do anything about it.
Okay, fuck, wait, I have to derail again, Sorry. If you think about it, Sonoji did something really malicious here. Not only did he make himself a girlfriend, he made Kokoro's perfect test subject in front of her. And she couldn't do anything regarding what she wanted.
Yep.
Basically teased her. That's amazing. God, I love my husband. He's terrible. What an absolute bastard, man. I like him. He's great.
Yay.
That's all I got. I just had to comment on that before I left.
It's like starving for a week as you're unable to eat your favorite food that's right in front of you.
Yeah, he totally did this on purpose. What a little shit.
Yep. That's why I have no choice but to avoid you. To me, this is no different than torture.
Totally on purpose, too. Wow.
I see.
That's all I wanted to tell you. Sora, I hope you can understand why I've been avoiding you. Well, it's getting harder and harder to resist temptation, so I'll be going now. I'll cooperate if something important comes up, so don't worry. So, if you'll excuse me.
Kokoro, wait.
Nope, girlie's gone.
I had things I wanted to say to Kokoro, but she left before I could. I wonder if there's a way for us to talk naturally without it being painful for Kokoro.
Girlie, no.
Wow, information. Wow.
Kokoro.
Sora.
Sorry, I know it's painful for you to see me, Kokoro. But I still have something I'd like to talk to you about, even just for a moment.
Okay, then let's go to my room. Be careful! Be careful!
Or run.
Huh? Your room?
That's right, let's talk there.
Wow, so this is your room, Kokoro. This scent.
Aromatic scent. It's a candle I grabbed from the mart. I rather like it. I get a lot of psychological security from aromatic scents. You can see it as having a slightly restraining effect on any intense desires.
Kokoro, do you have something to say? You have something to, like, share with the class? Like, not only did you bring Sora to your room, but now you're like, I have to have this burning while you're in here so I can suppress any urges that I have around you. Like, do you know how that reads? Like, we know the context, yes, but, like, this does not read as straight behavior.
Sora, be
to be
careful.
fair,
you are in a lion's den.
And also, to be fucking fair, she did admit that she only had a child so she could study it.
Yeah.
It doesn't exactly read straight behavior either.
Yeah.
I'd like to say that Kokoro was an unlabeled queen. Girl does not give a fuck about what's going on around her.
Absolutely not. She only wants research.
She only cares about research. I feel like she's definitely Arrow-Ace. She doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
So that's why you wanted to talk in your room?
So, you had something you wanted to say?
Yes. First I wanted to say thank you. You said that it was painful to see me because of your impulses. But you confronted your pain, Kokoro, and told me your story, in a lot of detail at that. So you told me that your story to clear up the misconception that you avoided me because of you. Okay. Yeah, the grammar on that's just fucked. Because you hated me. When I think about it, you had no special reason to clear up that misconception. Since it's painful for you to watch, and you were just trying to avoid me. It would have been much easier to let that fallacy go. Nevertheless, you cleared up my misconception, Kokoro, and I wanted to express my thanks for that.
I don't know. I just thought that such a misconception could have led to awkward situations in future school life. I don't see it as anything to be thankful for.
That's not true. Do you not care about me? Thinking that I might be sad because I'm under the impression that you hate me. I think you're a kind person, Kokoro.
Oh, Sora, you've never been good at reading people. I love you, but you're not good at it.
No, I'm really not. I'm the kind of person who won't stop at anything to achieve their life goal.
At least she's self-aware.
Yep. Didn't I tell you earlier? There are multiple ways to kickstart my project. But I haven't been able to execute them because of ethical concerns.
Doesn't mean she won't.
But it wasn't my conscience that prevented me from executing those methods.
She is very self-aware, okay.
To tell the truth, I don't care if my methods are unethical. If it is a feasible method and I'm able to keep it a secret, I will go through with it without hesitation.
What do you mean by unethical methods?
It's just a hypothesis, but I do think there's a way to produce the basic emotion. To lock up newborn babies, prohibiting all contact to the outside world until they are adults. I see.
Yeah. About Kurokawa there.
The emotions of someone who had grown up with absolutely no influence from any environment would definitely be close to the basic emotion, even if there's a possibility that they would experience no emotions altogether.
Sora's like,
It's an experiment that jeopardizes a person's life. It would be difficult to do realistically.
At least she's aware of the risks.
But I don't find this experiment disturbing or impossible to do as another human. When I think of this experiment, the only thing that comes to mind is there a way for me to execute it?
Okay, I have a comment. So here's something that kind of infuriates me about Lanuja's writing, and I'm just gonna ramble for 2 seconds. Lanuj can write evil women. We have Kizuna. We have Kokoro here. We have Kanade. And then you look at Yoriko, who he cannot decide what direction to go with her. Because you see, I would be able to tolerate Yoriko better if Lanuj leaned into that evil woman like writing that he does. I would have been able to tolerate her better if he did that. He doesn't though. He plays it off as that she's good, she's someone that you should like, and then goes back and forth about flip-flopping her writing to the point where it's hard to even follow her in the first place, and that she just becomes too much of a hassle to keep up with, writing-wise. And I'm like, here's the thing. As deplorable as Kokoro, Kizuna, Minako, and Kanade are, at least their writing is easy to follow, and you could make your decisions and opinions based up off of that. Oriko's a hot mess. Her writing's a hot mess. I would have been able to follow her better if they actually did this. Like, this is more straightforward and easy to follow because it actually has dimensions and layers. Yoriko's a mess. I'm tired. Anyway, the thing is, I'm pointing out that Lanuj can write evil women. Lanuj can write women. He just seems to flip-flop back and forth about whether or not certain women that he writes are actually evil or not. And it baffles me. And also, like, irritates the shit out of me. Because I'm just like, you could have just leaned into the fact that you could have made Yoriko evil and she would have been exponentially more appealing. You didn't. You couldn't fucking decide what her writing was. And now we're left with this train wreck. Okay, anyway.
I know that's ethically questionable in itself, but I can't sympathize. Could you really call someone like me a kind person?
You just think that because of your strong curiosity, Kokoro. And I fully understand when you say you won't stop at anything to achieve your dream. Wouldn't anyone think the same for a dream they desperately want? You're enabling.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're enabling her. Regardless of what anyone says, I think you're a kind person. You are enabling her.
Yeah, very much.
This is enabling. Aren't you at the very front, seeking for a way all of us can escape together? And you like being alone, but you're willing to collaborate and talk to us for everyone's sake? I think that's all possible because of your kind heart.
Oh boy. Sora, you are playing with dynamite.
I love Sora because she rizzes the cast unintentionally or otherwise, just because she fucking can. And I'm like, girl, I wish that was me. I don't know how to do that shit, but it's admirable. It's funny to watch.
Yeah, it sure is, but oh god, Sora, you are not doing a good thing right now. This emotion is something I haven't felt in a long time. The emotion I'm feeling right now is the emotion of I'm embarrassed. I'm incredibly embarrassed right now.
Just looking at you, I can see how cute you are, Kokoro.
Ay. I supposed to say thanks?
No, there's no need.
Truth is, this is the first time I've lived with other people. So I lack data on the emotions I experience in a situation like this.
I see.
I think most of my judgment on emotion isn't wrong, but my perception might be slightly inaccurate. I can't see into my own mind like I can with others, so there are many times where I can't judge my own self with certainty. It's a feeling that's become more frequent ever since being trapped here. Ironically, this killing school life could end up being the trigger to discovering a new me.
Kokoro, you said you wanted to study me, right? I would like to see you achieve your dreams, but studying me seems better than that unethical experiment you talked about earlier. Sora.
Offering
Sora,
herself.
my darling, my love. I want to cooperate with you, Kokoro, so please, study me. Sora.
Like I said last time, I have no way to go through with the research here.
Didn't you say you could just gather data through something like a direct Q&A? You can collect data for now, and after escaping this place we can start research in earnest. Girl?
You want to cooperate after escaping from here too? But Sora, don't you want to regain your memory? As quickly as possible? Anyway, after escaping here, you have no choice but to prioritize reviving your memory. If you regain your memory, your basic emotions will start becoming impure. If that happens, Sora, my motives for studying you disappear.
No, while I do want to regain my memory, right now I want to cooperate with you, Kokoro. Seems much greater. I don't care if my memories recover slowly. I want to help you achieve your dream first, Kokoro. Hey, Sora. Hey, Sora, darling, love of my life. I know my husband programmed you, okay? Okay. I know he wrote your code, okay? This is not it. This is simply not it. Also, I don't know how Sonoji would feel about her just, you know, yoinking something he made. If I'm honest, I think he's a bit possessive, so I don't think that would go over well. That would be an interesting fight, to say the least. And wouldn't that give you a hand on your impulse? After all, you'd really be going through with your research. Wouldn't we be able to avoid your pain and exchange stories that way? We can have normal conversations. I want to be friends with you, Kokoro, and I want to share everyday conversations with you normally. As friends. Even if nothing can be done if my memory returns before we escape.
Thanks a lot, Sora. Then take good care of me from now on. Also, I already thought of you as a friend, Sora.
Why you bashful about it, then?
Huh? Really?
Yeah, because you, Sora, are the first person I've shared this much of my personal story with.
Kokoro put on a smile, more open than I'd ever seen her until now. It was a smile of purity, oh dear God. Sweetheart, you do not know what that means. And I have an unbreakable bond with the psychopath now. Yay. Help! Anyway, there's your toxic Yuri, Rina.
Yeah, I would like to study it under a microscope.
Understandable. Man, her FTE took a lot longer than I expected it.
Aye. Oh yeah,
Anyway.
that was very long.
Yeah, I also derailed like 3 times, so...
By the way, we are already over an hour again. Alrighty then let's start.
I don't remember how many of her free time events that we did. I know we did a few, but I don't remember how many.
I don't remember doing any of Emma's.
I am like fairly certain we did, but oh well. It doesn't matter. It's been so damn long.
I mean, I've been editing the videos and there was nothing.
Huh. Maybe we didn't. Okay.
You want to talk for a bit? I don't mind.
Leisurely conversations.
Oh, this is for me. Sora, did you steal my wish list? This is exactly what I've been wanting. Don't tell me you're an Esper.
Emma,
Yes?
are you of mixed descent?
No, I'm 100% Japanese.
Well, your appearance looks quite different from a usual Japanese person.
Perhaps it's due to the style of my makeup. I use color contacts for my eyes. Oh.
It's more than that, but I can talk about it later. Contacts, huh.
It was partly my intention to promote an exotic image of myself as well. I feel that Hollywood still retains some of its prejudice against Asians from the old days. That is, yeah, most likely the case.
To think you're a world-class star, Emma. I don't know about your fame because of my amnesia. But the fact that I'm here having a conversation alone with such a celebrity overwhelms me.
Oh, Sora, please don't speak that way. I don't want to be treated special here. Talk to me freely, like I'm one of your everyday friends.
Freely, but I can't think of a good topic to talk about.
Oh, then should I tell you a funny joke? Oh no.
What is it?
What do you call a rich nut?
Oh no.
A cashew.
Emma. Emma.
It's hilarious, right? Puns never fail to make me laugh.
Honorific.
Yeah. Ah, that was fun. The studios I work in are mostly full of adults, and I rarely get to work with actors in my age group. And even when I did, was always professional and lacked the bonds of friendship.
So you took to telling dad jokes in order to get your connections because everyone's older than you, so dad jokes might actually land. I see now. I always wondered about the reason, and now that I have connected 2 and 2.
Could very well be.
He's very out of touch, good god.
This is the first time I had a sincere conversation with someone. That's a sincere conversation.
In her book, I guess.
Despite the awful situation we're in, knowing I'm here with you, Sora. With everyone here, suddenly the thought of living on this island doesn't seem like a bad thing.
That's a bit of a stretch.
I know, I'm sorry. We need to escape. We're threatened by the possibility of murder every day. But we shouldn't let our spirits sink either. So, Sora, please feel free to reach out to talk whenever you have the time.
Wow.
I love that even her sprite in the yay page is taller than Sora's.
Yeah.
To show that she's taller. That's good.
You are in the same room.
You're in the room 3. Help. Oh, get away from him, girly. Run away.
Run.
Run the fuck away very fast.
Sora, would you mind having another talk with me?
Sure, but what about?
Anything is fine. Oh, is there something you want to know about me?
About you. Well, you must have appeared in a number of movies, right? But I don't know which movie you starred in because of this whole amnesia thing. I want to watch your performance when we escape from this island, so can you tell me more about your movies?
It's a little silly for me to explain my own filmography, but people say my best piece of work is the Harry Peter series. Okay. It's the story of an ordinary student protagonist who becomes the greatest wizard of all. I see. Okay. I see. I played Hermione, Harry's best friend. It's how I made my debut, so it's got a real special place in my heart. I see.
Full disclosure, we do not support the source. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yuki said you played the role when you were a child actor. How old were you then?
Emma is just Emma Stone. Huh? Oh, that was so long ago. I can't remember the details. Anyway, listen. The Harry Peter movies are based on a novel, but the movies have a slightly different plot.
Oh dear.
For example, Hermione survives until the end in the novel, but in the movie... Okay. She sacrifices herself for Harry in the final battle. That sounds terrible.
Sounds awful.
Yeah. Even though I was playing the part, I still can't rewatch that scene without crying.
So my answer would have been that's boring, but
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell Sora is gonna say here. Does Hermione die?
Yeah, she takes the enemy's last blow for Harry. Oh, I would hate that.
I hate that.
I hate that.
I hate everything here.
Nothing worse than a prominent female character sacrificing herself for a male character, man.
Yes! I hate that shit. I look at DRV3 very strongly and angrily.
Yeah, it is to this day something I'm very salty about. I understand all the people who rage quit the game after
that ruined the entirety of the canon series for me, Rina. I'm not even kidding. That completely soured my opinion on it. Like, that specifically, among fandom being part of it too, even though I didn't interact with it, but like, that specifically soured it. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
You should not do such fake outs with rare female protagonists. It's just not nice.
Anyway, isn't that a spoiler?
Huh? Oh, you're right. I'm so sorry for this.
That just means Sora doesn't have to watch them now. Yay!
Yay. I'm sorry, I was being careless. Would you accept my 100,000 yen as compensation? I mean, I would take them.
My god. I would take the money. Please. God. No, I don't need that much money. I don't want it either. Girl! Move, I'll take it. Besides, already knowing the plot can make the movie interesting in its own way. No, 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 no. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. You don't need to watch it anymore.
Okay. The most recent film I was in before coming to Hope Speak Academy is Holy Queen.
Is that supposed to be a wordplay on Harley Quinn?
Could be.
Because her TTS outfit is Harley Quinn. Like, okay. Sure, Emma. Alright.
But I'll save it for next time. We cannot stand around here forever while the others are dedicating their time to investigate.
True, we shouldn't shirk on our own investigations.
Alright. With all our hearts, we now invest. We shall do the very best. Now you're rhyming.
Man, y'all really tried hard with these word plays, huh?
Poor
I wonder how
translators.
difficult it was to I really wonder how hard it was for the translators to fuck around with Emma's wordplay, though, because I'm sure a lot of it was Korean wordplay initially. They probably had to alter some of it to make it work in English.
Yeah, most likely.
Wow. All selections that we don't care about because we're not playing anymore.
And so, the protagonist, Holy Queen, got into this complex love-hate relationship with the villain, Kyajo.
Huh? I see, but you spoiled the plot again.
Oh no.
Emma, darling, you would be insufferable to hang around, I'm sorry.
I mean, I was like
I think
that
part
when
of
I
this-
was 12.
Yeah, I think part of this is also lack of socialization. She even admitted that she doesn't really have a lot of social experience. So, I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt and believe that it's that, because I don't think she'd do this intentionally, and she doesn't seem to.
Yeah.
Just gets excited in info dumps.
Sorry, I got too absorbed in it.
You really seem to like movies, Emma. You can get both fame and wealth while doing what you truly enjoy. I wish I could be like that too. No, you don't.
No.
Sometimes the spotlight is a fucking scourge.
Really? And most ultimates from Hope Speak Academy like that as well?
Well, I lost my memory, and I can't remember anything about my talent.
Ah, right. You have amnesia.
Very convenient that you keep forgetting that, Emma.
That's so sad, Sora. You definitely would have remembered watching one of my movies if your memories were intact.
I don't know.
Is there any way I can help to regain your memory? Money's not a problem for me.
Sora, say it, please. It's so funny.
Ka-ching, please.
Ching. Are you serious about the money?
I do not joke about money.
You just hand it out, girl?
I mean...
Still, we need to escape the island first. No, I don't blame her, because there's a famous actor over here who is actually pretty notorious for that. I don't know, Keanu Reeves? He kind of just literally, he lives humbly, and then he will literally just hand people money in passing, like just on the street and whatever.
That's
and he
nice.
takes public transit in order to like go places, and he just lives in a humble apartment from what I remember. Like he's just chill dude. Just doesn't give a shit. Just like, I have all this and I don't care about it really.
That's nice.
Cool, I guess. Yeah, I like him. That's the type of famous person I would like to be. If I ever got there. Like, if that was my situation, I would be doing the same thing he's doing. But yeah. I won't take any cash. I won't be able to pay it back. It's burdensome.
Please do not turn it down. You can never ignore the power of money. Indeed. Let me know if there any other thing I can help with.
Emma, do you think you're more extravagant with your money? You just throw it around? I understand it was for me, but last time you offered money for just spoiling a movie plot.
No. It's because you're my friend, Sora. I won't mind spending a ton for my friend. And you have to spend money when you can. Yeah, I suppose.
Okay. In an odd way, this makes sense considering her backstory. I don't know if it's covered in her FTE, actually. She's... Do you remember when we saw, like, the little, thingy with, Utsuro? Like, his little ending card shit? Where this girl was in a shitty situation and then... And she wasn't wealthy and abused, and then she got picked up by a wealthy individual. I understand Emma's reaction here because she came from nothing and now has everything, and so now she's able to just throw that around because she has the opportunity to. She wasn't really taught the discipline of money, even though like she came like from rags. She's rags to riches sort of thing. Some trauma coping mechanisms that come with coming from nothing and having everything is like, well, I have this money, but I don't want anyone to take it from me, so I'm gonna spend it. Not good. Go to therapy if you do that stuff, but yeah.
I mean, I guess it's okay as long as you have enough money to live.
Yeah.
Not if it destroys your dreams, though.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back. Ever again.
What?
Nothing. Anyway, if you happen to need help, tell me without reservation. Wee.
Emma, I want to ask you something.
What is it?
You work as an actress in Hollywood. Does that mean you travel back and forth between Japan and America a lot?
No, my family lives in America. To be more precise, both of my parents are British and they reside in the United States.
Huh? Girlie, you just said you were 100% Japanese.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. She covers this. What? But you told me that you were 100% Japanese.
Oh, I never told you about this, did I? I'm a foster child.
Okay, that's Gans. That's right. That's what it was. Well, I literally just fucking explained this. What am I talking about?
My current parents adopted me into their family, so I have British citizenship.
Okay. A British family adopting a Japanese child. That's not very common. If it doesn't bother you, what happened to your biological parents?
Who knows? They probably did.
That fucking expression when she answers that question, golly.
Yeah. I mean, understandable, probably.
Considering her background, yeah. What?
I don't know anything about my real parents, and even if I did, they don't deserve to be my parents.
Valid. Valid of you. Was there something between you and them?
Sorry, Sora. I don't want to talk about it now.
Sora, darling, read the room.
Yeah. I love the parents that I have now. It's all thanks to them that I became an actress. My adoptive parents, to me, they're my real parents. They treat me like I'm their own daughter too. Is there really a problem with being okay with that?
Well, it doesn't really matter, I guess.
Right. Everything's fine.
I am gonna interject for 2 seconds. Part of the reason why Emma reads aggressive here is because, like, normally over, like, in, Japan, blood is everything. like blood family dynamics are kind of everything over there. So if you're adopted, which is very rare anyway, I've talked about this with Mikako, you're kind of not seen very well. Like they kind of look down on you because like, oh, you don't have family, oh, you don't have this. And so the reason for Sora being pushy there is because like in Japanese customs and like their society and things, it's kind of odd to be like this way about like your blood family, even if you don't have a good relationship with them. But a lot of people misinterpret Emma because of this, but like it's because you guys aren't thinking about the fact that this is technically set in Japan and like Japan customs and that sort of thing. Like yes, it's written by a Korean person, but like setting is Japan and those customs. So I wanted to point that out for anyone who was confused on that specifically for Emma. That is why she behaves like aggressively there, because she's like, no, it's fine. I prefer it like this. And it's because like, yeah, she is highlighting that she didn't have a good connection with them or whatever. She's just like, drop it sort of thing. Because like, yeah, it's supposed to be highlighted as unusual here just for that reason, because in Japanese customs and etiquette, it is seen as odd. But in the West, it wouldn't be seen as odd, so that's why I wanted to point it out.
After all the talk about my parents, I really want to see them. They were already worried about me going to Japan by myself to enter Hope's Peak. And now I got into this mess. Oh, right. When we get out of here, I'll introduce you to my parents. I'm always busy following my schedule, so I never got to introduce a friend to them. Please allow me, if you won't mind.
Okay.
A bit placid response.
Well, it's like I said in my explanation, so...
Sora?
What is it?
Would you be interested in coming over to my room for tea?
Oh, tea time.
Tea.
Tea time in Emma room.
I hit the jackpot with these fancy tea leaves I found in the mart warehouse.
Sure, I'm all in.
Really? Glad to hear it. Let's go. Sitting here and drinking tea with you feels just as great as I hoped it would. I've always wanted to partake in girl talk.
She's so lonely.
How's the tea, Sora?
It smells really nice.
Doesn't it? This tea is a special luxury brand from my beloved homeland Britain. Even just a single cup costs a fortune. Oh.
Goodness. I know your family is British, but wouldn't Japan technically be your homeland? I mean, you are fully Japanese. Sweetie, we just talked about this.
Home is where you feel at home.
Yeah, it's just, I know why she's commenting like that because of Japanese things, so I get it, but also, read the room, Sora.
Yeah, this kind of talk could also be considered racist where I'm from.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm explaining it.
No, Britain is my homeland.
Emma, I've been wondering about it ever since you mentioned it the last time we hung out. What happened to you before you were adopted by your British parents? It's strange for you to be so attached to Britain and your new family when it isn't your birthplace. And the air seems to shift a little when your past is brought up. Do you not want to tell me about it?
I mean... yeah.
I promise you that this is just a very Eastern way of writing. Like, yeah, it's not gonna read well for anyone in the West. It's gonna be read wrong just because it's going off of very Eastern thought process. So, like, I get it. It does come off offensive to us, though.
I I mean, the way Emma is written is not offensive, so...
Yeah, the way Emma is written is not offensive. It is the way Sora is written, because she is written very Japanese. And it's very different to us, so to us it would read offensive, even though it is not offensive in Japan. Like, it's not offensive to them. It's just offensive to us, because our customs are different.
Yeah. Why do you want to know that? Hearing the truth will only make you hate me.
I could never hate you, regardless of what happened in your past. You're still you, Emma. And I want to be friends with that Emma.
I'm still me? I've always been under the impression that everyone who tries to befriend me just wants the benefits that come with it.
Sora's not that type of person.
You're the first person to ever say that.
Because Sora's not shallow.
I tell you, but only because it's you, Sora. Don't go spreading rumors about it.
I won't.
Look here.
I should have warned you, but yeah, those are, okay. So, this is gonna be, this conversation is about to dip into child abuse because of Emma's backstory. The Nodders know, but I am just warning for anyone else who is blind. The rest of this section is going to dip into Emma explaining her child abuse. Those are all cigarette burns. From her biological
scars, I see. I was wondering what kind of wounds those are, because it's not very clear.
Yeah, there's another drawn image on Lineage's blog of younger Emma and actually receiving like a cigarette burn scar. Like the hand is off, like the face of the parent is off screen, but I'm pretty sure it's her birth father that's actually burning her, like having her hold her hand out to burn her. Like there's an actual drawn picture of that.
Yeah.
And then Emma like just sitting there biting her lip, trying not to. Yeah, it's not an easy image to look at, even though it's pretty visually tame in comparison, but it's still distressing to look at because it is child abuse. But yeah, those are all cigarette burns from her birth father. If I'm remembering right, that is the parent that abused her the most. I know both of them didn't do well, but yeah. What kind of scars are these?
Isn't it just terrible? Both of my arms look like this.
It's the reason why she wears long sleeves too, now you know.
When I was a kid, I used to be my father's ashtray.
Yep. It was her dad, I was right. I had to think about it. What?
You're the only person besides my adoptive parents to know about these scars. Please keep it a secret. You may not know this because you've lost all your memories, but it doesn't matter what it was. Film, interview, magazines. I've never exposed my bare arms. I actually really wanted to join in on the beach party we had back when we first met, but I couldn't.
Yeah. She didn't want anyone to see her scars.
I can't wear a swimsuit if I don't have something like a shirt to wear on top of it.
You could wear one of those, like, surf suits. Wait, what do you mean by ashtray?
I was nothing more than a little kid, so I can't say I remember it all that clearly.
I mean, you probably blocked it out due to trauma, dear.
But my life before my adoptive family was nothing short of living hell.
Yep.
I never got to meet my mother. I think she probably hightailed the second she got the chance to.
Yeah, that's right, she ran. Emma was stuck with her bio dad, and he's a piece of shit.
It was just the two of us. My father, a gambling alcoholic who could never be seen without a cigarette in his hands. And me. And so, you obviously can expect that kind of person to make honest money. He had me gather and sell rubbish in the streets for it. If I refused to listen, said no, or anything of that sort, he would put out his cigarettes on my bare arm. My father, no, that man, he called his own daughter his ashtray. go get us some ashtray. Hurry up and get me another bottle, ashtray. Put out your arm, ashtray. Time for some discipline. I think
It's also important to note. Yeah, she's going into an episode here. It's also important to note that Emma's birth hair color is not blonde. She colored it. You know what her original hair color was?
Probably black.
Yeah, it was black. She dyed it as soon as she got adopted. Because she didn't even want to resemble her old self at all. Because, like, she's that distressed by, like, what she went through. And as you can see, going into another episode, so, like, that just tells you enough as is. And based on, like, everything she just told you, so.
Yeah.
Emma? Calm down. Calm down. I'm here for you. You don't have to strain yourself just to tell me about it. It's alright.
No, I'll keep going. I'm sorry to cause such a scene. Thinking about it all just makes me lose control. But I want to tell you everything, Sora. Because you mean so much to me, as my first friend. Anyways, it was a horrible time. Every day I would try to resist and stand my ground. But the only thing I ever got out of it were more burns, speckles on my arm. After all, how could some little kid possibly overcome a grown man by force? When this finally clicked for me, I gave in and did everything he told me to. If I didn't do what he asked me to do, he would charm my arm. If I ever cried, he would charm my arm. I learned to hold back my tears and comply like some sort of doll.
God.
I only survived by wearing a mask each day, concealing my feelings, pain, and everything else that put me in danger of punishment.
Okay. Emma is almost too relatable for me to the part that it makes me distressed, so... Not the burning! My situation was never that bad, but... that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, my parents also punished me for crying, so... Wonderful.
You get it.
I thought about running away, but we lived in an extremely impoverished slum. There were hardly ever any police or authorities in the area for me to turn to. Even that house was safer than outside.
That's...
I had only two options, staying to eventually die at the hands of my father, or running away to be killed by the beggars on the street. Of course, there was also suicide, but I didn't have the courage to kill myself at that age. Yeah.
Now that I know about your struggles, I understand how fortunate you were to be adopted by your new family.
Yes, it was a great fortune, a blessing from heaven. Eventually, the slum became subject to demolition for some sort of project.
We cheer for the fact that Emma's abuser is dead.
Yes. Two of the people who had invested in it, a British couple, found and adopted me. And after that, I made my way to Hollywood to make my name known, with my family brimming with my freshly brimming talent. My new parents behind me every step of the way.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. That's the end of the story. Back then, I couldn't care less about stealing or trespassing if it meant my survival.
I mean, yeah.
And I won't blame you if you hate me for it.
It's not your fault, Emma. I could never hate you for something like this.
Sora? Thank you. This is the first time I've talked about myself with someone other than my adoptive parents. Usually, for as long as I'm forced to think about my past, my panic attacks stay full-fledged. But I feel a sort of kinship from you, Sora. Something that makes me feel relieved.
All I did was listen to you. Nothing big.
Thanks, and sorry. It's not something I should have been hiding from the very beginning. I'll tell you everything from now on, Sora.
Thank you for taking the time to share your personal story.
Then shall we move on to lighter stories now?
Unbreakable bond. Woo!
Phew. That was heavy.
Yay!
Yeah, the thing with all the voids, you'll notice a trend. Each one of them is an abused child that comes from an abusive background. Except we know nothing about Nikke. We know nothing about Nikke's story. All we know is that he has an inferiority complex to the point that it makes him a little insufferable. But yeah, here's the part that annoys me. Emma's writing is actually pretty decent when you look at her FTEs, but when you're looking in main story, it cuts out all that important meat and then makes it look like that her depiction of PTSD is not good. Her depiction of PTSD is good when you look at her FTEs. In main story, no, it's bad.
I think one thing that really weakens the writing in the main story for Emma is really that, you know, like in the first Danganronpa game, we got like a lot of info into Mondo's mind when he was in the same situation.
Yes.
Of his thought process and how it actually came to that, why he reacted this strongly immediately, and like it felt like you really like understood it and it didn't feel like a justification.
Yeah.
So I think...
Does not feel that way here.
Yeah. I think Emma could have benefited from a bit more time into her like thought process.
Yeah, that's the thing. She's not in the story spotlight enough for you to see that. You only kind of see some of that in her FTEs, which are optional. You just don't see that from her if you don't play them. And then it weakens her writing because you're just like, okay, fuck. I guess they're going to write this off as an excuse more than actual in-depth character writing. It's like, no, I mean, yes, but no. Like, the annoying part is the fact that the FTEs are optional. And that sort of actually fucks up her writing because of that. So.
Yeah, and also, like, just so simple things like when she had her episode and struck at Kokoro, what was she thinking then when she came to her senses?
Yeah, if they gave us a little bit of an internal monologue there, I know they tried to hint at it a little bit with something that Kokoro was saying, but the problem is we don't know what what Emma's triggers are, so we wouldn't know that the thing that Kokoro said triggers her. That was the problem, was we didn't know Emma's triggers. But we wouldn't know that, like, without that context, that is the trigger. So, yeah. That's the main thing that weakened Emma's writing in game, but, like, I just feel bad because, like, she actually does have solid writing in her FTEs, it's just you don't see any of that in main game. And so then everyone ends up not caring much about Emma, and me included. I didn't care much about her until I saw her FTEs, and until one of my friends, like, talked about her a bit more in depth. So. Sucks to suck.
Yeah. Then to hopefully more lighter waters.
Oh yeah, Teruya.
I
get to fucking talk the whole fucking time here, okay.
Yeah,
I had to get
happens.
his voice back. Alright.
I mean, I had to suffer for that in the first game when I voiced Yuki.
Yeah, true.
So now it's your turn to suffer.
It is my fucking turn, let's go. Oh, hey, Sora, you want something from me? Yeah, let's spend time with the boy.
I think we already saw that one.
Yeah, we definitely have seen the first one, for sure.
Still wanna go through it, or...?
I don't mind it.
If your throat is holding out.
My throat's fine. Plus, I feel like we'll only actually have time to do Teruya's before we finish today.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, so let's just do this. Hey. Seems like you've been following behind me back for a while now. Do you need something?
Ah, yeah, because you're handsome.
This was...
Oh my, I'm sorry. You were just so tall and handsome, so I followed you without noticing myself.
What? You're kidding me, right?
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Man.
Okay, I guess. Why would you do that to him?
I can't tell if you're lying or telling the truth, Teruya. That's why. If I got closer to you, I thought I would get more details about you that way.
Even though you say that, I don't have my memories. Speaking of, didn't you also say you don't have your memories, Sora?
Yes, but you still remember the big things, right? At least you remember your own name.
That's true, but no matter how much I think about it, I don't remember anything that specifically related to the situation, just like someone deleted only this portion of my memory.
Teruya, how about this? Let's just talk about random things, you know, like without any real purpose. Don't you think something might flicker as we talk, considering we're both suffering from amnesia? We both have to find our memories sooner or later, after all.
Would that really go well?
I think there would be some sort of connection, that we both have amnesia. Also, I have several questions about you, even putting that aside, especially since you've arrived at this party later than everyone else.
I see that you're serious about this. Fine. Feel free to talk to me anytime. Ask me anything. I can tell you everything as intact as I can.
Whether it's his experience at Hope's Peak or in the Killing Game, he's our senior either way. He's still wrapped up in many mysteries. It would be useful to form a deeper relationship with him.
Yay! Wee!
Time to spend time with Teruya's. Sora, are you investigating? You're doing a lot of work. Well, investigating is important, after all. Especially in a situation like this.
Yes, but I was trying to find you, since I'm taking a break right now.
Me? Why?
Didn't I tell you that we should talk more often? You said I could ask you anything.
Indeed.
I have lots of questions that I have for you, Teruya.
Yeah, right. So, what do you want to ask me?
Teruya, do you have any experience with love?
I love how Johnny's just genuinely trolling viewers right now because I think Teruya is one of his favorites. So I think he's choosing these on purpose while recording.
Understandable, I would do the same.
You know what? Yeah. They're funny. What in tarnation? Why do you need to know that? Don't ask me weird questions like that.
I want to know the juicy bits about Ray.
Judging by your reaction, indeed.
I don't know what you understood from that, but stop it. Sora can't get away with flirting with him. It's so funny. He's trying, it's not landing.
There's something else that I really wanted to ask you, though. Teruya, you said you're a graduate from Hope's Peak Academy, right? Then you must have attended the academy, yes?
Well, yeah.
What's Hope's Peak Academy like? That's what I'm curious about. To be honest, I don't even remember my talent. Before that, I'm starting to doubt if I really am a Hope's Peak Academy student.
Well, you are right to worry.
I see. as a fellow amnesiac, I understand how you feel, but what should I say? I have almost no memories of that either. But that's probably because I only attended Hope's Peak Academy for a few months, rather than memory loss.
Wait, you mean you said someone kidnapped all of your classmates? After that, there was a killing game like this. Are you referring to that?
Yeah, I don't exactly remember, but I don't have any memory after surviving the killing game either. So I don't have memory of my school life either.
That's a shame.
But I remember one thing. I was very happy. I don't remember my friends' names or faces or what I did with them. But those few months, and the warmness I constantly felt even during the killing game, to me, my classmates were probably my treasure, for which I wouldn't exchange anything in the world.
Literally a ball of sunshine.
Yes.
It will be missed, my guy.
I never dreamed of participating in a killing game again, though.
I am sad.
Yeah, I know, everyone misses him. I do too.
That's right, I still have friends who are alive. I can't just die alone in a place like this. My memories, the killing game, they're all somehow gonna work out. Sora, let's get out of this island alive together.
Teruya, unlike his suspicious presence, feels like a human more than anyone when you actually talk to him. Couldn't tell him, who was that fired up, that his companion had burned to death. I wouldn't listen to you anyway, sweetheart.
I mean, rightfully.
Even if I told him, I was pretty sure that he wouldn't believe it. Just like how he reacted to it, back at the diner. So, I decided to keep quiet.
Blue text just suddenly disappeared there, but okay.
A little bit of programming fuck up.
Yeah, probably. Teruya.
Huh? What's the matter?
Aren't you worried about your family? I don't even remember my family, so I feel quite uneasy, but you're different, right?
Family.
Do you also not remember your family? If that's the case, I'm really sorry.
Oh yeah, his father.
No, it's not that. Both my parents passed away.
By the way, the scarf is actually his dad's.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's fine, it happened a long time ago, and I'm not the only one.
What do you mean you're not the only one?
I
don't have my exact memory. I don't exactly remember because of my memory loss, but there was a huge accident and many people died. My parents also died in that accident.
I see.
Or look at this. What do you think about my scarf and hat?
They are wonderful.
They're excellent, Teruya.
I think it's cool.
Right? I knew you had a good eye too.
At least Sora doesn't have to wear the rainbow uniform.
Yeah. Both of these are keepsakes from my father. Yeah, the hat and the scarf are his dad's.
Keepsakes.
And then the goggles are
Yeah.
hers. Yeah, I love my father more than anybody else. I was even called a papa's boy. That's how much I love my father, though. My memories of my father, how he passed away, I don't remember any of those right now, but I think about how much I miss him whenever I wear these keepsakes.
That's sad.
Even sadder that he died wearing them all!
What about the goggles? Did those belong to your father as well?
Huh? This? This was... what was it? I don't remember... Oh, Teruya.
No.
Huh?
Nose.
Teruya?
doesn't remember Haru, but he's crying. Why am I crying so suddenly? I said I would never cry again. Sorry, Sora. To see me in an unseemly state like this, let's talk later.
Yes, take care.
Fucking crying over Haru and doesn't remember him. Goodbye. That hurts my heart. I'm so upset.
Yes.
Why would you do that to me, Ladish? Oh, God. Teruya times. Teruya times. Teruya's.
Teruya, what are you doing?
Humming.
Yeah, he's doing the hum things. Sora, I was just making some clothes.
The return of the rainbow uniform.
You're making clothes?
It's one of my only hobbies. I used to make any popular items before, but now I only make clothes. I have a lot of interest in fashion.
This bright man.
I know. It's little boy's all grown up.
Yes.
Little boy's right out of high school and full-grown man. Anyway.
You're doing your hobby in a situation like this.
Let him.
It's because I'm in a situation like this that I'm doing it. Yeah, hobbies help relieve stress.
Exactly.
I already have experienced a killing game, so I know. If you don't stay bright, even if it means forcing it upon yourself, then you mentally break down. Oh yeah, we've seen that from you, my guy.
Absolutely.
Twice.
Very
Twice
much
now.
in detail.
By the way, what kind of clothing are you making?
Rainbow. Taste the rainbow.
This, isn't it cool? I'm making unique clothing, different from other ones. Right now I'm making a casual military uniform, and it's a rainbow version. Ain't it pretty? Oh my god, I forgot. There's fan art of this, Rina, and it's, and Kinjo's wearing it, and so is Mikaru. Like, that he made this, and got out and gave it to him, and they both, like, reluctantly put it on, and there's a group photo of it. I need to find it for you later. It's perfect.
Oh man.
I need to go digging for that. It's excellent. I need to show you. I'll find it later, but oh my god.
Just imagining it, man.
It's... I love... Sometimes I really love fan renditions when they do little fan works, because sometimes, like, some shit will get mentioned in game, and then some fan draws it, and I'm like, God bless you.
Yeah.
Thank you for gracing my eyes with that image. I needed to see it. Oh, man.
Yes.
Right? You always need a rainbow. It's a highlight.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter what others think about it.
Isn't it a product? If it is, then wouldn't it be important to consider how the customers think about it?
Of course it's important. It is, but... if you don't have any affection for an item, then the customers won't like it either. Yeah, they gotta see the love that went into it. Although, I can't work as a merchant as of right now.
Teruya, can I help you with making clothes?
Oh, that's a cute mental image.
Yeah.
Huh? You, Sora?
Can't I? When I saw you making clothes, what should I say? You looked like you were enjoying it. That's it. I'm interested in it now.
I want to see what Sora would make.
Oh, I have plenty of headcanons about that. I'll talk about it later.
What's the matter?
It's nothing. It's just that I think there was a friend who helped me with making items. Even though I don't really remember. Anyway, sure. I would be thankful if you help. No, fuck. If it's fine with you, you should make your own. Oh, then, Sora, I'll teach you.
Do so.
Thank you.
Not right now, but I'll invite you to my room later. There's more tools there. See you later.
Wee.
Teruya, you are well missed and well loved.
Yes.
So you know. He was happy to go back to his room. Hello, my guy. Sora, I was waiting for you.
You were waiting for me?
You said you would help me make clothes, right? Don't tell me you forgot.
This sprite also.
I know. Come on, let's go to my room. I always forget how much I like Teruya until he's in front of me again. Come in, even though it might be a little dirty. Your room is a hot mess, my guy.
Yeah.
But you're living your best life.
It doesn't seem like it's a little dirty.
Well, you gotta deal with it since I'm a merchant. There's junk and replicas everywhere. It really hasn't changed since then. Oh, so you remember your old Hope's Peak room is what you're saying. 'Cause yeah, it's pretty much messy.
Yeah.
Since then?
Huh? In the previous killing game that I participated, I think there was junk in my room as well. Yeah, there was. And confirm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, whole mess.
Teruya, would you mind telling me while making clothes? I want to know about your previous killing game. You said you remember it approximately, right? Of course, if you don't quite remember, or it's hard for you, you don't have to talk about it. But I want to know, about you, Teruya, what kind of hardships you experienced.
God, they're cute, okay?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll talk. When I said briefly, I really just meant something like a contour. Like the summary that's on the back of a book. A synopsis, understandable. But although I don't exactly remember, few things come up in my mind when I think about my past. Who knows, maybe that could help me in retrieving my memory.
Teruya.
It might be boring, but please listen.
For the next few minutes, Teruya told me about his experience. First murder was to escape from this place they were stuck in. When someone died, there was a panic. And there was also a person who started to take over with the dictatorship. The second murder was an accident caused by one person's greed. Third murder was due to an inevitable choice made by a person who was cornered and threatened. Fourth murder was due to a situation where a murder had to happen, and there was an agreement between two people. The fifth murder was the mastermind's trap. And then, on the fateful final day, the remaining survivors won against the mastermind.
The reason it's summarizing it like this is to give you foreshadowing about the fact that this game is supposed to be a replica. So, like, but you wouldn't know any of that unless you did Teruya's FTEs. So, there's that. Or if you didn't play through DRA. But yeah. Really, that story is like a novel.
Really, that story is like a novel.
Like this. I can't think of general events, but fuck. But regarding who died, who we went against, I don't remember anything. To be honest, I'm really scared. I think I developed a lot from the killing game back then. I was scared of everything and had no courage, but
You certainly developed.
oh yeah. Because of one of my friend's sacrifices, I mentally grew. I think I developed a lot from the killing game back then. I was so scared of everything and had no courage, but God, yeah, I think it's a repeat text there. I remember what I learned and felt. What should I do?
I don't know if this person really is our senior. However, it's true that as a grown-up, he tried his best to take care of us. And he pretended to be strong. Teruya,
Let me hug you. Let me hug you.
would you let me hug you?
What?
A grown man's tears.
It has a deep taste. Girl, the phrasing? What is this phrasing?
Also, like, that reminds me, there is an Otome game where a grown man cries rather pathetically, and it's like a plot point that is actually quite enticing.
Okay. Rina, you want to know where my brain went instead? Where my brain went when she said this is like she just licked one off its cheek.
And that's yeah.
And then like it fucking staggered him. That would be so funny though. Someone draw that. That's beautiful.
Ay.
If you want, I'll lend you my shoulder.
Don't you play with my soul like that, dang it. I'll have you know I'm not mature enough to not act like a wee baby in front of a person who's much younger than me. About it, Southern accents, it's okay, Johnny, you did great. Gil, I calmed down a bit, thanks to you, Sora.
Seems happy. Yay!
Sora, I feel like you're special. I feel like I've met you somewhere before. You kind of have, sort of. I mean, she's maybe, not really. I also feel like I've met you for the first time. That is more online, yes. Putting that aside, how can you be so kind to me when I barely know myself right now?
I mean, same to Sora, right? Yeah?
Yeah, true.
It's because I also don't know myself that well. Maybe it's a sense of kinship?
Is that it? Amnesia buddies? Sora, let's definitely get out of here. Let's get out and find our memories. And live happily forever.
What is that? Is that perhaps a proposal?
Sweetie! You've already flirted with the I told you they're cute. Anyway, what are you saying? It ain't nothing like that.
Sora is never missing an opportunity.
Wow, Johnny, you just didn't give me the blue text there? Okay. It's probably something along the lines of deep, unbreakable bond. Woohoo!
Yeah. And of course, the briefs are
Johnny's
rainbow.
like, I am fucking done. You don't need any more translation from me. You are so fucking valid, my guy. Thanks.
Oh no.
Oh no, this part.
Oh no. No!
Put it in the trash immediately. I think you should put it in the trash immediately. Please hurry.
Do you not like it?
Aww.
Before that, it's like nuclear waste, so you should extinguish its existence.
Wow.
Trust me, it's in order to protect the Earth.
Wow.
You aren't you being too harsh? I put a lot of effort into it.
No.
Oh,
No.
Why would you do that to him? Please. Sorry, Teruya. Anyway, that's all we have time for today, isn't it?
Yep. We shall continue next time with more free time events.
Yeah, cherry picking the playlist because we've finished most of them. Well, we finished, fuck, did we finish Nikkei, or did we, like, get...
We only
most of
did
the
a
way.
few Nikkeis.
We'll probably do his fresh then, it's fine. But you definitely finished Setsuka, the twins, and Mikado, though.
I'm still not sure about the twins, though.
I am 100% certain that we finished the twins. I'll check tonight.
I only feel like we only did like 3 of them.
But we got both of their trial skills, which means that we finished them. Because we got them before their trial. Because you only get the second trial skill if you do the last event.
Yeah, I know that it makes sense logically, but I don't remember any logical ending, having seen any logical ending to the FTEs.
Again, I'll check tonight.
Alrighty then. Then next time we shall go through more free time events.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
at some point after that, it'll get its own video, but you'll see us do a tier list of all of our opinions.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I get to be angry then again.
Yeah, I mean, me too. You get to hear me fucking. You get to hear me fucking rip into Yoriko. That's why I'm probably gonna give my opinion on her last, because I will be. Well, no, either her or Sonoji will go last. I might do the worst first and the best last. Anyway.
I mean, if you want to end on a good note, then that's the way to go.
Yeah, I probably will. Probably get all of my fucking bullshit about Yoriko out first. It's probably not gonna be very different of everything I've said so far in the series, but like, it's just I gotta give y'all a Cliff Notes version.
Alrighty then. Then we shall end this part here and continue on with free time events next time.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.